Some questions really quickly. How long have you been meditating?
5 years.
5 years?
12 years.
12 years?
About 3.
3? Anybody?
15.
15? 20? 3. Okay, I win. I get the prize. I've been doing it 36 years.
Wow.
Okay?
What was the prize?
A free consultation with Fred. So the reason why, one of the most important things in my life is meditation, and it's something that you do privately. And I was taught that many, many years ago, so I want to talk about that. But the other question I have is, how many people here honestly have problems sleeping at night? Okay? And so what that really equates to, I believe, if you are meditating, a meditator, then you'll sleep better. And so we're going to talk about what happens to the mind. Really quickly, how many people here defragment their computer?
Do what?
Defragment your computer? Fragment?
No, I don't know how.
Okay, everybody knows how to defragment their computer? No? Okay, well, it's just like meditation, and we're going to have somebody, computer people, tell you how to do that. But basically, the concept that's happening with the mind or your computer is this. You have all this information open. You open up a web page, and then you open up some more information and more data, and what happens is, on your computer disk, all your information is scattered all over the place. It's like laundry. You know, it's when you do your laundry and you don't put your laundry away and you have laundry all over your room. The same is with your thoughts. And the reason why I know so much about this because a number of years ago I picked up this book, Think and Go Rich. How many people here have read the book, Think and Go Rich? Okay. I recommend that you reread it again because he talks about meditation, he talks about auto-suggestion, and he talks about clearing the mind, and he talks about that we only use about 5 to 10% of our mind. And so this whole thing about mental constipation is to make room so you can have more thoughts and be more effective. That sound pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Moving on then, what I want to do is I talk about meditation, and so the question is, Napoleon Hill talks about auto-suggestion. Okay, does anybody know the difference? Does anybody know what auto-suggestion is? Madame.
It's sort of self-talk, the way you talk to yourself and the way you command yourself to act in a certain way.
Yeah, it's like the guy hits a tennis ball, he misses, and he goes, "You dumb idiot." Okay, that's auto-suggestion. So now the guy thinks he's a dumb idiot. How about we use this saying all the time? You know, you tell somebody about him, you know, you make me sick. How many people ever use that expression? Let's raise your hand. Okay. And then the next day you're sick and you don't know why you're sick, but you make that self-profession. Okay? So it's what we say to ourselves, and it's very important that we give ourselves auto-suggestions all the time. We tell ourselves we're going to be successful, we're going to have a speech, and we're going to be nervous. We talk to ourselves all the time, so we have to learn what we say. And so we're going to teach a little bit about auto-suggestion. Then the last thing that I want to talk about is hypnosis. How many people have ever been hypnotized? Okay, so only a couple people have been hypnotized, but to tell you the truth, everybody's been hypnotized. How many people don't believe they've ever been hypnotized? I said everybody's been hypnotized. We are hypnotized all day long, but how many people don't believe that they're ever hypnotized? Yeah. Pardon?
Don't believe?
Yeah, you don't believe that you ever hypnotized?
Don't believe I have.
Yeah, okay. And that's what I want to bring the misconception out. Do you ever go to the movies?
Occasionally.
Okay, occasionally. I don't, but I fall asleep when I go to the movies. But people go to the movies. Now, one of the strangest things that I have is people go to the movies and they have this scene where it's really emotional and they start crying, right? How many people have ever done that? Well, you've been hypnotized. That scene wasn't really real. You forgot about everything that you're doing in your life, right? You forgot everything you're doing, but you got to play an emotion. That is being hypnotized. We do that all day long. But for me to tell you the difference, that's what Napoleon Hill talks about. Talks to you about understanding when you're hypnotized. When you see a beautiful woman, okay, we're hypnotized. Madon, I've seen that he comes to the meetings and he totally forgets what he's doing. Give me Madon a hand. Hypnotized. Okay, smart man. Okay. First of all, I want to thank Roberta here for putting this presentation together. She did a real wonderful job. So 3 ways to release mental constipation. Okay, and it's something that you do yourself. Okay, one is meditation. One is through autosuggestion, and one is through hypnosis. And we're going to talk about all three of those items, okay? Now, before I do that, I want to talk about the states of mind. And this is the most important things that we don't really know what happens to us. And so if I were to ask you, you know, how many states of mind do people have? Can anybody answer that question? How many states of mind? Madame?
Beta, alpha, theta, delta.
Good. It's right there. Right. It's right in your notes. Yeah. Okay. How many people know how to drive a stick shift car? Okay. Everybody knows how. Most people know how to drive a stick shift, right? And for those people that don't know, your car shifts. If you don't realize it, you know, when you slow down, it goes from first gear to second gear to third gear to fourth gear, right? Well, we don't know about ourselves that we switch gears. We switch gears all the time. When we go to the movie, we switch our gear to a totally different gear than if we're driving on the freeway, okay? Or if we're in the room right here, or right when we sleep, we go in a different state. And so what I want to teach you about different states of mind is so important, okay? So the first state of mind that we're in right now, and this is old, you know, psychology. I'm not bringing anything new. I'm just giving you some basics, okay? So that we can go into a fun exercise to release that mental constipation. But right now you're in beta. You're conscious of your food. You're taking notes. You know, you're totally conscious. If I tell you, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. But now, so everybody knows beta. Everybody's in beta all the time. When you wake up in the morning, after you have your coffee, you're in beta, okay? Okay? So the next one is alpha. And we go into second gear now. Now, we go to second gear all the time. How many people drove here, and while you're driving here, you didn't even think about coming here, the car just took you and you got here? Yeah. Well, you was in alpha. You was in the alpha state, and we do that all the time. Okay? I mean, you drive down to Sacramento, and you miss your exit, and you're thinking about something else. That's a different state of mind, you know? So, you know, what state are we in? California, right? Yeah. No, we're in beta. Come on. We're in beta. Okay? So the next one that we go to is the theta state. And the theta state is where I want to spend a lot of time. That's where you want to spend a lot of time. And that's where you want to release your mental constipation, in the theta mind. When we meditate, that's what we do. We sit there and meditate, and I'm going to ask Chrissy, since you've been meditating for some time, when you meditate, what do you do when you meditate?
What do I physically?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what do you do?
I just sit down and get quiet, go to a quiet space, and let my thoughts kind of come and go as they please. And
well, that's fun. That's easy. How many people can do that? But you know what? You got to do that. I mean, for you to become more efficient, to get rid of that mental constipation when you can't sleep at night, okay? When I took Transcendental Meditation in 1976, they said 20 minutes of meditation in the morning, 20 minutes of meditation at night equals 4 hours of sleep. How many people would like to have more time? Okay? So if you meditate by yourself, do what Christy said, just find a quiet place, close your eyes and sit there for 20 minutes, let your subconscious mind do what it's supposed to do. Okay? The subconscious mind, it has to process all these thoughts. The reason why we mentally constipate is because we can't let our thoughts do what we want to do. We have so many thoughts, and when we go to sleep, I never understood this. See, the reason why we go to sleep so we can process things. But the reason why we can't go to sleep is because we can't process all those court cases we have, all those divorces that we're going through, all those beautiful women. We can't sleep. Right? So when you meditate, you sit there, and all those women pass in front of you, and they go away, and they're gone in the sky. All those court cases go away. Now you have more space. Just like if I were to call you and you had all these message units on, and it says, you know, you can't receive any more messages because, you know, your messages are full. That's what happens to our mind. So if we learn how to release that, it's very simple. It's been around for years. How am I doing so far?
Great.
Man, give yourself a hand. I love GNA. This is genuine networking. Yes. Okay. So the last one state that we go into, and we do this all the time, is the delta state. And that's when we go to sleep. We go to sleep. I always trying to figure, where do I go when I go to sleep? It's like, how about this? What happens to the light when you turn the switch off? Where does the light go? It's hiding. Okay, when you go to sleep, what happens to you? But so now you know the four states. The delta is when you go to sleep. okay, and the mind just processes, okay? So the theta stage is right before you go to sleep. So if you can do what Chrissy does and kind of pretend to get asleep, you know, you're sitting there quietly, the mind's doing what it's supposed to do, that's where you can give your auto suggestions. That's where you can learn how to do things. Now, we have done studies, and we have done studies with athletes. If they sit down there and meditate 20 minutes thinking about how they're going to, you know, do their task, the long jump or the running and everything, and practice that mentally, they can do a lot better than if they actually physically do it. Okay? So what I'm going to do, the exercise that we're going to do is in theta. Okay? And I talked, but we only got 20 minutes to talk about this, so we're going to go through this. Okay? So I'm going to talk about meditation, a different way of meditating, and I think Christy hit it right on. Is a lot of people say to themselves, you know, Fred, I sit there quietly, but my mind won't be quiet. Well, my whole thing is let the mind do what it's supposed to do. So you're going to sit there quietly, and you're going to have thoughts of crying. You're going to have something that happened a long time ago that was not positive, and you start crying. And then you're going to be laughing, and then you're going to be sad. Okay? All that stuff just has to come out. You just have to flush it out. Just like, you know, when your plug is drained up, you know, you use Drano, and you got to do the plunger and the snake. All you have to do here is just sit quietly. Okay? The mind knows what it needs to do. Okay? So when you meditate, when you say you can't keep just, you know, quiet, no thoughts, to me, that's a fallacy. Let the thoughts come out and do what it wants to do. Just let it clear out. Simple, okay? So that's the one thing on meditation. Different way to meditate, just sit quietly and let the thoughts come. And then the other thing is, anybody know who Milton Erickson is?
Yes.
You know Milton Erickson is good. Anybody know who Bandler and Grinder is? Okay, you know who Bandler and Grinder is? Does anybody know who Anthony Robbins is?
Yeah.
Good, everybody knows who Anthony Robbins is. Well, Anthony Robbins learned his stuff from Bandler and Grinder, and Bandler and Grinder learned himself stuff from Milton Erickson. He's the father of hypnotherapy. And one of the things that he kept saying is you got to trust your subconscious mind. And we don't learn how to trust our subconscious mind. How many people say, you know what happens, you know, this is the guy that reported 49ers. How many saw that game for the guy that received the kickoff ball, and the 49ers lost the game because he dropped the ball twice, or the ball hit him the first time? Okay? That happens just in life all the time. This happens in life all the time. You know, what if I drop the ball? What if I drop the ball? And guess what happens when we drop the ball? Okay? Or we give the suggestions to our kids. We say to our kids, you know, bring me a glass of water. And what do we say? Don't spill it. And what do they do?
Spill it.
Because you gave them that suggestion. Not a suggestion. Don't and spill it. Okay? So that's what he says. You got to trust your subconscious mind. You know, you've got a mind. You've had it most of your life, and you don't even use it. So you got to connect with yourself. You know, and Freud talks about yourself, your ego, your ego. You got to get together. And through meditation, you and yourself get together. Okay? Okay. So the next one that we're going to talk about is auto suggestion. I want to get a volunteer here. Can I have a volunteer? Okay, madam. Come over here. Give him a hand. He's a brave soul. And he's an attorney too. Yeah. Okay, he wants the $10 first. On the parking lot. I got out a suggestion for you. Oh man. Okay. So the thing that I'm going to do is I want everybody to do this exercise with me because he's not the only one that I'm putting him on the spot, okay? And this is not a suggestion, and I know English is your second language, but you have to do this really quickly, okay? And you spell spot 10 times. What? Huh? How about it? Can anybody spot? Can you spell spot 10 times?
S-P-O-T, 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 S-P-O-T.
Give me a hand, give me a hand, give me a hand. Yeah, okay. That's the other $10. Now, here's the thing. We're going to have everybody do that, but then after he spells that 10 times, I'm going to do something, and I want you to tell me, okay? Give me an answer, okay? Do it real quick. Don't think about it. What I'm going to ask, just answer the question. Okay, real quick, spell it.
S-P-O-T.
Okay, help me out.
S-P-O-T.
Oh. What do you do when you come to the green light?
Go.
Stop.
S-P-O-T.
Oh.
Oh.
He's an attorney! He's an attorney. I tricked him. Give him a hand.
Yeah.
See, that's the other suggestion. You spell spot backwards 10 times, and when I say, what do you do coming into green light, I gave you another suggestion.
No, but that was because English is my second language.
I'm going to keep the $10. Go sit down. using positive affirmations. I got a little book here, and we'll wrap up a little book. I talk about positive affirmations, okay? What we say to ourselves is very, very important, and that's why you got to read something good, positive all the time, because we can't keep all the good stuff in our mind, okay? Using all 5 senses, okay? When you get to the theta stage, you got to use all your 5 senses, okay? So, I don't have a lot of sense, so help me out. What are the 5 senses? Smell,
Sight.
touch,
Taste.
sight, taste, hearing, okay? So when you put yourself in the suggestive state, you want to use your all senses. And so I'm going to tell you something, and people say, Fred, people can't be hypnotized. You know what? If a guy knows his stuff, he can hypnotize you to do anything you want to, okay? And I have a real problem with hypnosis because a lot of these seminars that you go to, you've been hypnotized and you spend all this money for these seminars, you don't even realize it. Okay? And so, very important. You got to know your states. You know, if you get in a happy, happy state, let's get in a happy, happy state. That's all your senses. You really open up for auto-suggestion. So if you want to really auto-suggest yourself, you get in that state. Okay? So you use all your senses. So when Milton Erickson talked, he would tell somebody, you know, as you're sitting in the chair, so he's using the feeling, right? And you listen to my voice, okay, the audio, and you can taste your salsa, okay, and you can smell the food, then you become happy. See, everybody's happy right now.
Yeah.
Okay, because I said that, because I used all your senses. Very simple stuff, but that took me years and years to read on this stuff. I only have 20 minutes. Where's my 10-minute card? 5 minutes left? Ma'am, she's so hypnotized, she's supposed to put up the card. She didn't do that. Give her a hand for messing up. Okay, what I want to do really quickly, so I don't have a lot of time, I just want to go through an exercise where I want you just to release some stuff, okay? And we're going to really quickly do it, really quickly. It only takes a few minutes, and you can do it anytime you want to when you have a tough day, and you'll feel a lot better. So go ahead and simply just, first of all, what you want to do when you get in this state, to get in this stance, is do a breathing. So just breathe in and out 10 times, really just deep all the way to the bottom, belly right here, blow it out. Part of releasing, So go ahead and close your eyes. When you do that, just close your eyes. And what I want you to do is, as part of the auto-suggestion, I want you to find a place where you're really comfortable. You know, use your imagination. Maybe go to a beach somewhere. You know, picture a little brook that you have. And so, really quickly, you're at that place. Use all your senses. You can hear me. You can smell the food, and you're in the restaurant. And so now, what I want you to do, I want you to take a concern that you have. Okay, a major concern that you have. I don't need to know what your content is. Is it your kids bothering you? Is your money bothering you? Or lack of money bothering you? Is your car bothering you? Whatever's bothering you. Okay, whatever's bothering you. And what you do is find a place in your body. Just release that. And imagine you feeling all those negative thoughts. Put it in a balloon. And hold that balloon, and that balloon has helium in it. So can you put all those negative thoughts in this balloon? Okay, just put all those negative thoughts in this balloon. Just breathe. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to take that imaginary balloon with all those negative thoughts and slowly keep your eyes closed. Look up and see that balloon vanishing in the air. And as you do that, you'll feel better. You're just releasing. Release all those negative thoughts that you have. Just release that whatever's bothering you. Okay, that's just releasing. That's how you get rid of mental constipation. Just release and relax. Okay, I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to open your eyes real quick. Okay, that was really quickly an exercise of how to release the mental constipation. And so I want to just have some feedback. Any feedback on releasing mental constipation? Everything should be good? Okay. Yeah. And that's the hardest part in life. We know we need to do it, we just don't do that. You know, but while you're in that state, when you say to yourself, you know, well, I want to lose weight. You don't say I want to lose weight. Picture yourself being healthy. Picture yourself being healthy. Okay, because if you say, you know, I'm going to stop smoking, you keep hearing stop smoking. But if you say I'm healthy. So we got to use different words. So this is what I do. I help people with Think and Go Rich. I have books. I have sessions with women and men that have problems losing weight. And what it is, and that's what I want to talk about this right here. I don't think I have it. The last slide here. Okay, is that sometimes you need somebody that's trained to help you get past the trigger. And a lot of us have fears. Fears of swimming, fear of flight, fears of height. And the reason why that is because sometimes past when we're little, we had a bad accident, and we'll never move past that, okay, past that stage. So sometimes you need a trained person to do that. So I'm going to tell you 3 stories that I'm out of here. Okay, the first story is the elephant, okay? And everybody knows about the elephant. When they're real little, they tie them to a stake and they can't pull it, right? When they're a big elephant, do you think they can pull that stake? Yeah. When we're big, we think we can't do it. The elephant doesn't think they can't do it because they were trained not to do that. Now the other one I learned about is the shark. You know, you have a shark in the tank swimming around, okay, and keeps swimming around. And if you put a plexiglass in the middle, once that shark hits that plexiglass, and then you remove the plexiglass, he'll never swim past that. Yeah. And then the other one, the last one, is the fleas. Okay? If you ever be so lucky to catch some fleas, put them in a jar, put the lid on it, give them a little air, open the jar. Those fleas will never fly because once they hit the top, they never go further. So to release your menstrual constipation, sometimes you need somebody that can help you do that. You guys have been a very good audience. Give yourself a hand, and thank you very much. As from Toastmasters, I learned never leave the podium by itself because it gets